Hi, this is Frank Schaeffer. I'm sitting in an old Puritan New England graveyard back from the first settlement of the United States. And on my mother's side, there was a sailor named Merritt who was the first mate on the second voyage of the Mayflower that my mom's ancestors came over on. Our family goes way back in American history. We're not blue bloods or anybody special that way. But I guess recently having had a son, my son John, who served in the United States Marine Corps, fought in Afghanistan and Iraq, reminded me of my ancestors' commitment to this country and the building of this country. And now, we are in a time when we have a president who is totally unfit and unworthy of this history. I'm not talking about my family history, I'm talking about the United States of America. This draft dodger who claimed something was wrong with his feet to get his multiple deferments when he could have served. This man who is a congenital pathological liar who is about to take health care away from the downtrodden, many of whom voted for him. This man who has defamed the memory of one of our best presidents, Barack Obama, by saying that he had been spying on him, tapping his phones, which of course, if it happened, was because the Justice Department got a court order to investigate our now president as a spy or an agent of Russia. We're in a very weird time, and it makes me wonder just what has gone wrong. A lot more has gone wrong than just voting for the wrong candidate. The United States has become addicted to trivial entertainment masquerading as news. Our people are reading less, playing video games more, tweeting more, living in this universe of television and television news, and we are paying a price. Facebook and Google, Twitter, Snapchat, these other companies, for-profit companies, have indeed liberated some of us, as they are doing right here as I make this video, to speak our mind, but they've also liberated a new alternative right, the new hate machine that is multiplying acts of anti-Semitism freed by people like Stephen Bannon and his Breitbart.com to voice the unspeakable. Anti-Semitism, racism, control of black voters, the new Jim Crow. The mass incarceration of people in this country for-profit by for-profit prisons ought to be all you need to know how sick this society has become. Imagine that. You're locking people up to make a profit off of their misery. This is the sort of thing that was supposed to have gone away with the abolition of slavery, but it's back. The long 8-year lynching of President Barack Obama by the Republicans, obstructionists, that led directly to the election of this fool that we have in the White House, who is going to let his own conservatives down as well. This is simply the hell or high water of the come hell or high water adage. We're now experiencing it. Hell and high water has come to engulf those of us who love our country, and has taken over the Republican Party with a bunch of theocrats. People like the Dutch Reformed Calvinist extremist De Vos, who's now supposedly in charge of our educational process, when really her agenda is to turn America into a theocracy where so-called Christian schools indoctrinate the next generation, to take away the civil liberties that people like my ancestors, and in fact my son, most recently fought for. As someone who came from the religious right, who's written about it in my book, Why I'm an Atheist Who Believes in God, and my memoir, Crazy for God, as someone who came out of that environment and who became a progressive, I did not depart from my ancestors, I rejoined them. America has been a forward-looking democracy. America has included the excluded, and now we are shutting our borders, we are turning away refugees, we are turning our backs on the poor, we are taking away health coverage from the least of these. This is a country that literally has come to hate the teaching and example of Jesus Christ, and most ironically has done so in the name of religion a lot of the time. We have neo-fascists like Bannon in the White House sitting at the right hand of power. We have a president who is absolutely unworthy of that title, who is a pathological liar profiting off his presidency in the most corrupt administration this country has ever seen. These are dire straits, and the people who are buried in this graveyard would be shocked at where we have come to. We need to fight back. We need to resist and push back and not give up hope. Our country is under the assault of a new fascism, every bit as deadly as the fascism we faced in the 30s if it is allowed to do what it wants to do. But it will not. It will not. We are better than this. Thank you. My name is Frank Schaeffer.